The Honourable Member Andrew Little.
It was a temporary hiatus in my contribution, and I'll take one moment just to collect my thoughts, because they were many and varied, and in that brief pause there, they have been scattered throughout my headspace, which is coming to terms with what I was saying just before. We were up to section 47, and we're talking about these extraordinary powers and the lack of check and balance provided by the Minister's supplementary order paper, which is why we actually need to ditch the Minister's SOP and indeed prefer Claire Curran's SOP, which provides an appropriate check and balance on these powers. This confirms, Mr Chairman, the point I was making before, is that we should never, in this House, a House of the citizens of New Zealand, a House of democracy, a House of representatives, built on the principles of freedom, of citizens' rights, of a thriving community and a thriving country where we respect each other, where we respect each other's personal space and personal lives. We should not let a power that is as extraordinary, and I would argue, Mr Chairman, as extreme as this, slip through this House with nary a comment. It's bad enough that not a single member opposite will talk about these extraordinary powers, will defend the need for this, will talk about why this government needs to pass legislation that makes even further encroachments on people's personal information and personal rights and freedoms. We don't hear from the government, and it is left up to members of the opposition to have to draw the public's attention to exactly what is happening here. The day that a senior public servant, under the control and direction of a minister and the Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister, should be able to direct companies, privately owned companies, on informing the director, the public servant and the minister about the equipment that they are using, about when they're going to use that equipment, about when they are thinking about replacing that equipment, when they are thinking about how the equipment is going to be used, when they are going through all those processes, to require the private company, whether it's got public shareholders or not, to keep the government notified of those otherwise commercially sensitive and private decisions is an extraordinary development in the creation of statute law in this country. And we should not only stand here and remark on it, but we should condemn it. And we do. And I do, Mr Chairman, and say there is simply no call, even in a country concerned about the security of its citizens, concerned about the security of its sovereignty and its nationhood, as many members in this House are, but of course those members supporting the TPPA may take a different view because it constitutes an erosion of sovereignty. But even those people who are concerned about this nation's security, there is no justification for the erosions of civil liberties and civil rights and personal privacy and personal information that this legislation represents. Pardon me, sir. And we'll simply make the point, Mr Chairman, that there is no cause for this, that we can achieve a proper balance between the nation's security and the right of both companies and of citizens to go about their lawful business, including that part of their business and their personal affairs conducted in private without this sort of erosion. And we must draw a line in the sand at some point and say that actually personal security, personal space must be given priority when it comes to passing these laws. And especially when the idea of national security is called in aid to justify ever greater erosions of personal security and personal privacy and personal space, it is time to put the flag up and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I know that members of the Select Committee who looked at the bill worked very hard to try and make some semblance out of this, to try and get some reasonable changes. But this government is hell-bent on driving through and diminishing for all time those basic personal rights and citizens' rights. It is wrong. and it will change. It will change on a change of government. In the meantime, we stand utterly opposed to this insidious legislation.
I call the honourable member Tim McIntyre.
I move that the question be now put.
The question is that the question be now put. As many of that opinion will please say aye. The contrary, no. The ayes have it. Party vote call for. The clerk will please conduct the party vote. Thank you.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 opposed.
Any other votes?
Honourable members, the ayes are 64, the noes are 56. The question will be put, but before we do that, we have a number of amendments. Is it wrong? Yes. I'm sorry, it should be ayes are 63, the noes are 56. That is the correction. The question now is that the Minister's amendment set out on SOP number 366 be agreed to. Those of that opinion will please say aye. The contrary, no. The ayes have it. The noes have got that one. In that case, we'll have a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
2 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 opposed.
Honourable members, the ayes are 61, the noes are 58. The Minister's amendments are agreed to. The next one we have is in the name of the Honourable Member Claire Curran. It's amendments to clauses 46 and 47, and that's set out on SOP number 370. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. The contrary, no.
No. The noes have it.
Noes have it? Party? Well, in that case, we'll have to have a party vote. Mr Clark.
New Zealand National.
59 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 opposed.
United Future.
1 opposed.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote in favour.
Honourable members, the ayes are 56, the noes are 63. The motion is not agreed to. That's right. Honourable members, the next amendments are in the name of the Honourable Member Claire Curran. They are deleting clauses 48 set out on SOP number 370. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no. Noes have it. Ayes have it. Party vote has been called for. Please.
New Zealand National.
59 votes opposed.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
New Zealand First.
7 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 opposed.
Mana.
1 vote in favour.
Act New
1
Zealand.
opposed.
United Future.
1 opposed.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote in favour.
Honourable members, the ayes are 56, the noes are 63. The motion's not agreed to. The question now is that Part 3, as amended, stand part. All those in favour, please say aye. To the contrary, no. No. The ayes have it? No. The noes have it? We're going to have a party vote. Thank you.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Māori Party.
2 votes opposed.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
ACT New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 in favour.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote opposed.
We're going to... Honourable members, the ayes are 61, the noes are 58. Part 3 as amended will stand part. The question now is that Part 4, which is debate on clauses 55 to 110 and the schedule stand part. But having said that, honourable members, it's now 5 to 10 and it's the time that I need to report progress to the House.
The House has resumed. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, the committee has considered the Telecommunications, Interception, Capability and Security Bill and reports it with progress. Mr. Speaker, I move that the report be adopted.
The question is that the report be adopted. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. The ayes have it. This bill is set down for further consideration in committee next sitting day, and the House stands adjourned until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.